So this is a Nikon D80, and it is a pretty old camera. I believe it's almost 14 years old, as old as I am. But even though this camera is very old, it might be a good option for you. Let me explain. So this camera is, as I said before, very old, but it's fairly good. Now you've probably heard that it's not about the body, it's about the lens, which I definitely agree on. Now this is the kit lens on the Nikon D80, but I have several lenses over here that I will be talking about a little bit later. So when it comes to the actual camera, you have several things to keep in mind. This camera does not have any recording capabilities. It has a screen here. If I turn it on, you will be able to see the shutter speed, the aperture, the ISO, I believe too, now it turned off. But you can see several things and several settings on this little screen. You also have on the shutter button next to it where you turn it on and off, you can also put it to light mode, so if you're shooting outside in the dark, you will be able to see these settings anyways. But if you take a look inside the actual eye here, I will show you in a bit, but you will be able to see a grid and some other things like aperture, ISO, and also slider, where you can exactly decide your exposure. On the screen right here, you are not able to see what the lens sees, which is a problem for many. Now, I've learned to use the eye instead, which in my opinion is a lot more accurate, and it is honestly better for me. But that is a flaw that you will get on these older cameras. Now, this camera is only $80, so for that price, you get all these settings anyways, and you have the default things like aperture, ISO, shutter speed, exposure, and also you can choose the white balance yourself, so it's auto. You have these old things, so it was very high end when it came out, but right now it's not. So as I said before, for me this is the right camera. You have everything I need on this camera. Now let's take a look at the lenses I have. So this lens right here is a 1.8 52mm lens. You cannot change you cannot zoom in or zoom out, and you cannot yes, you can change the aperture, of course, but yeah, it's always gonna allow you to have 1.8 in aperture. So this lens is very different from the other one, which is, let's just take a quick look at it. This lens is 18 to 135. It is a very nice lens. You can basically zoom out and zoom in a lot. And this is 3.5 to 5.6 in aperture, and if you zoom in, of course, you're gonna be able to have a higher aperture, which will allow you for a longer shutter speed, of course. And this camera allows for, let's just take a quick look at the opportunities we have on this camera. So this camera goes from 100 in ISO down to high 1, which I do not really know what that is, but we know that it goes to 1600, which I would probably not recommend for this specific camera, considering that it's pretty old, so you gotta get a lot of noise. But hopefully you're not gonna wanna go out in the late evenings and nights. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope you will be considering watching my other videos. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.